Hi and welcome to this quick how-to help video on finding the area of a trapezium. The area of a trapezium has its own formula, so we're going to be looking at that today and learning how to apply it. You may be able to answer some trapezium questions using your current knowledge with area of rectangles and triangles. The first diagram that we've got here really demonstrates that very well. So I could just sort of split this shape here, make a rectangle and a triangle. I've got enough information in the diagram and I could go ahead and literally do it like that and not need the trapezium formula at all. And there's nothing really wrong with that. So it's not a you mustn't do it video. It is just be cautious and be aware there is a formula for a reason, and it is because that particular approach won't always work. And you don't want to be going into the exam not having everything you need. So if they give you a question where that approach doesn't work, now you've got a question you can't answer, and we don't want that to happen. So it's really, really important that we actually stick with the actual formula for a trapezium. I've drawn a second diagram because I wanted to show you a reason as to why that wasn't going to work. So if I split this into my rectangles and triangles, which I can do, they're clearly easy to see. And I know that this bit here must be 3, because if the top of that is 3, then this is 3. The whole thing is 10. But I don't know what part of the 10 belongs here and what part of it belongs here. I know I've got 7, haven't I, left? 3 of the 10 is here. That leaves me 7. Am I putting 1 here and 6 there? Am I putting 2 here and 5 there? Is it even whole numbers? Could it be decimals that are going in there? And the very fact that I'm guessing, the very fact that I am having to assume and guess my way through the problem is telling me that mathematically I'm not really doing this properly, and I need to. It's as simple as that. So we are going to nail this formula. It feels way more complicated than it is. So let's break it down and see what it looks like. So the area of a trapezium is A plus B. That is in brackets because I'm going to do that first. And then I've got H for height, which means I've got that right angle to look for. Really, really important. H is telling me look for a right angle. And then I'm dividing by 2. And I remember that last step, divide by 2, because the trapezium does have that triangular shape in it. And the triangle formula has divide by 2 on the end. And this does the exact same thing. So that's a nice way to remember that last step. So what are my A and my B's? My A and my B are my parallel sides. My height is making the right angle. So here it is between the parallel sides. And that in this image, in this diagram, it's vertically straight up, which is how we like to see a height. That's what that means to me. So that feels good and accurate. I'm just going to get that out of the way because I want to just demonstrate something really quickly. If I was to just rotate this, you would see that height now looks like a base. It looks like a completely different thing altogether. And I've done that because it can easily confuse you using the formula, because you're looking for the height and you're going to be thinking 8's the height. Oh no, 12's the height. So you mustn't get in your head that the height has to be the edge that's vertical. It's actually the edge that's between the parallel sides. So that's really important. So let's get that back. Okay. A plus B is 8 plus 12 in this diagram, which is going to give me 20. I've then got to times it by the height, which is 4. That's going to give me 80. I've then got to divide that by 2. So my final answer is 40 centimeters squared. Okay, let's move that so it's not in the way. And we're going to do it on this second diagram as well, so you get to see an example more than once. So we're going to write down that the area is equal to A plus B times by height divided by 2. I cannot encourage you enough to write that down every time. If you want to remember that, if you want a chance of recalling it easily, then it's really, really important that you write it out and give your brain a chance to form a memory, okay? So my A and my B is 3 and 10. 3 plus 10 is 13. My height in this question is over here. All right. You mustn't allow, you know, if I put a number here, would that have persuaded you to use that as a height? Okay, it's not making right angles. Don't use it. If I drag this into my diagram, you can see that that would make a right angle. It literally fits perfectly between the parallel lines. So yes, they could draw it on the inside, ready for us to see it clearly. They could draw it to the side, but that's what we're looking for. So we're going to times that through by 5, which is going to give me 65. I've then got to half the answer, and that's going to give me 32.5 centimeters squared. And that's it. That is using the formula to find the area of a trapezium. Okay, I hope you found that useful. Thank you for watching the Target Maths videos. And there's a whole series, so there's everything you need on area available. Thanks again.